Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and today we're going to start this project off using this sign that I got at a thrift store for $4. It was a Christmas sign that says hope on it, and I'm just going to start by sanding off the hope. I ended up doing it by hand, but then took it outside and used my electric sander, and it worked a lot better. So now that I have that all off, I didn't sand the whole sign, just that part off. Now I'm just going to kind of dry brush some white back onto it, and this is the color Antique White. And I just lightly dry brushed over the whole thing, just to kind of give it all the same color again. Made sure I got all of the edges. Really want to make sure that it all matched again, because I did get rid of the whole center of it. So once I had that all matched again, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take a small dowel that I got, and I'm going to use my antique wax and give it a nice stain. Just a quick stain. Set that aside to dry. Then I'm going to take this sunflower that I think I got at Dollar Tree or maybe Hobby Lobby. It had a clip on the back of it, and it's made of burlap. And I'm just going to take some coffee mixture, so this is just water and instant coffee, and go around the whole thing, kind of give it a little bit of a dye to look a little bit more rustic. Then I'll set that aside to dry also. Next, I took some burlap and I cut it into the shape of some leaves. And then I mixed some green paint with some water and Mod Podge. And I'm going to paint those leaves with that green paint. And I use the Mod Podge to stiffen them up. So once I have them both painted, and I did a really good coat on both sides to make sure that they were thoroughly covered, I let them dry, and then I cut them into a better leaf shape once I was done doing this part. Now that those are set aside and they're drying, I'm going to take my antique wax and go across my board, just kind of adding a little bit around the edges, kind of tone down that white a little bit. And as you can see, I'm taking a rag and kind of wiping as I go. I don't want it to be too dark. Next, I'm going to take that sunflower and I'm going to kind of figure out where I want it and lay the dowel down. Then I'm going to take some hot glue and hot glue that sunflower right to the top of the sign. And then I'm going to run a bead of glue down the center for my dowel. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue there and then add my dowel. Now I'm going to take my leaves and I'm just going to kind of pinch the bottom and then glue them on either side of the dowel. So I did one down at the bottom. Like I said, I just pinched the bottom a little bit and then just glued it onto the dowel. Once those were on, I'm going to set that aside for a minute, and I am going to grab some stamps that I had from Dollar Tree and a little rustic coffee dyed tag. And I'm going to use the stencil, enjoy the small things, or enjoy the little things. I forget exactly what it says. And I'm going to stamp that to the top half of my tag. And then I had a sunflower, and I am going to stamp that to the bottom half of the tag. And I'm just using my block and just stamping it on. And these stamps from Dollar Tree are so amazing. You just peel them off, you stick them on that acrylic block, and stamp away. Then I just took some fabric that I had in like a gold color that was coffee dyed, and I'm going to tie that on to the tag. And I just tied it in a knot and kind of left the ends hanging. And then I am going to glue that right to the dowel, right underneath the flower. And then I'll cut off the excess fabric so that it's even on both sides. Hold it to make sure that it's dry. Then trim off that excess fabric. And that is it. This project is done. This was so simple and so cute. And I absolutely love the way that it turned out. It's amazing what you can make with things from a thrift store. And you could make this even without something from a thrift store. You could use another sign. You could just use a board from Dollar Tree. Just get creative and make it your own. I think it turned out so super cute and I love it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to make one. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.